Hi guys, welcome to another video. In this video we're going to go through creating a few basic HTML pages. So I'd like you to open up TextEdit on a Mac or Notepad on a PC, and to create web pages or basic HTML pages, there are four main tags that are used to create any page. So we're just going to type that up, HTML. The next tag is head, and then title. You don't need to indent it like I am, putting these tags inline, but I'm just doing this to make it easier to read. So I'll just put in this tag as well, close off the title tag, then we want to close off our head. So you can see I'm using opening and closing tags to start my HTML document. I've got HTML, head contains another tag called title, and we've got a third tag called body. I'm just going to close off the body tag. And finally we've got a closing HTML tag. Okay, so these four tags are the four tags that are used to create most pages that you see on the internet. And they were used by browsers to determine the kinds of information that should go in, that should be displayed. So any information that's actually in between the body will be displayed on the screen, and anything up in this head section here, actually you won't really be able to see it. So I'm just going to save this page. We'll quickly preview it. So I'll go File, Save, and when I save it, I'll call it my first web page, like that. I'm just going to save mine on the desktop, and I'm going to change the file type to HTML, and I'm going to save that. Okay, and I'll use HTML. Now, okay, so we'll see here that nothing's actually on our page, right? It's come up blank, there's no errors, so that's good. And you'll notice that this section up here is where the title is, okay? So the title doesn't actually display on the page, and that's something that can confuse people when they first start up. Okay, so let's keep on programming here a little bit, or coding, not really programming. So maybe we'll write about me. And I've opened with a H1 tag. Okay, so there are 6 different heading tags, so H1 through to 6, and they all got different sizes, so H1 being the biggest and H6 being the smallest. Another common tag that's used is a paragraph tag, which is represented by a P. Is Jamie, so I'll just type that in like that. I'll close off that. I might have another tag, so I'll go H2 and hobbies, like so. And then I might have some hobbies that I'm interested in. So playing guitar, like that, and I'll close off that paragraph. Okay, so you can see that each tag, or most tags, have an opening tag and a closing partner tag. There are some tags like break tags, which don't have a closing tag. They're a self-contained tag. So this one, break, is an example of that. Playing guitar and listening to music. Okay, so the other thing to remember when you first start doing any HTML coding or making basic web pages is that white space is ignored. So it doesn't matter how much white space I put in here, the white space will be ignored. So we'll just save this quickly and I'll show you some examples of that. So I'll just refresh the page. Okay, about me, there's the H1 that's come up, cool. And then my name is Jamie, excellent, another paragraph has come up. My hobbies, and you can see a break has put it on a new line. If I delete this break tag and just put a whole heap of spaces in and save my work, go back to my page, reload it again, you'll see that you need to have HTML tags in to tell the browser how to present or display text on the page. So if you don't put any breaks in, even though you've put a lot of line spaces, the browser will not display it. And I could actually lay out my whole page really tight and have everything all on one line, and it would look exactly the same as well. So if I just went back and made this look a little bit more confusing like that, then if I display this or reload the page, then you'll see, oops, I've got to save my work, reload the page, then you'll see that it will still display. So we just usually put things on a new line for readability more than anything else. Alright, so that's making a couple pages. We might just add a few more tags. So if we wanted to add a bold tag, then we could use B to start with. There are other naming conventions for bold, but we'll go through those later. Like that. And we could have, for italics, guitar, whoops, so less than sign, greater than sign, I've got to put my closing tag, and maybe music, I might make this underlined so I could use a U here. Okay. Just save your work and refresh your page, and you'll see there I've made my name bold, guitar's been italic, and we've got an underline on music. Okay, so thanks for that, guys. That was a quick introduction into creating web pages. Thank you. Bye.